Hello, I'm Stewie Griffin, and I'm a bat belt.
And I'm Rick Sanchez, and I'm a gauntlet. Morty, don't touch the stones.
Rick, why so over the top? With a bat belt, you get all the gadgets you need. Grappling hooks, smoke bombs, batarangs, all compact and ready for action.
Compact? Ha! With a gauntlet, I can bend reality, control time, and wield the power of the cosmos. Your belt is like a Swiss Army knife next to my godlike power.
Power? Bat belt is about versatility and precision. Perfect for stealth missions, detective work, and saving Gotham on a daily basis.
Pfft, versatility is for Boy Scouts. With a gauntlet, I can erase half the universe with a snap. Can your belt do that?
Erasing half the universe? Sounds messy and impractical. Bat belt offers solutions without the existential crisis.
Yeah, but can your belt summon a portal to anywhere in the multiverse? Didn't think so.
At least with bat belt, you don't risk blowing up your hand every time you use it. Safety first, Rick.
Bat belt. Great for cosplay and weekend crime fighting.
Gauntlet, when you want to overcompensate for everything.
Bat belt or gauntlet, choose your gear wisely.
Welcome to this Moving Panels one-shot, and welcome to year 5 of Moving Panels. It has been exciting, and things are going to start to change. You might have noticed we've got a new logo, and we've got a brand new theme song. I hope you're enjoying that new look and the new sound as much as I am. But listen, the changes aren't going to stop there. We're also shaking things up with a new format. Now, it will be a work in progress, so please bear with us as we adapt from episode to episode. Next week's episode is actually using the old format because it was recorded a while back. But as new episodes start to drop, you'll start to see different changes. And, as we find out what works, what doesn't, I'm excited to see how things are going to unfold. I hope you will be as well. But first up, let's talk about the biggest change to the show, and that is March Madness. Now, I know we usually do a deep dive every March. We focus on one main focus for the entire month, but we're going to change that. We're going to switch things up. Instead of doing that, we're going to have 2 movies, or possibly even TV shows, go head-to-head in a showdown. Battle each other out. It's going to be epic. I can't wait to see how they match up, how they pair up, and what we think when they come head-to-head. It's going to be very exciting, but while we're doing those showdowns in March, we're going to save our deep dive for the summer. So it hasn't gone away. We're just moving it, changing it. This year, our summer series will focus on the works of Mark Millar, one of the most influential voices in modern comic book storytelling. We're going to dive deep into some of his most iconic movies that have made the leap from page to screen. And we're going to start with the very first of them, and that is the 2008 action thriller Wanted, starring James McAvoy, Angelina Jolie, and Morgan Freeman. The film introduced us to a world where a secret society of assassins carries out the will of fate itself. We're going to explore how the film's high-octane action and unique narrative compares with the original comic, and of course, the impact it had on the action genre. After that, we're going to tackle Jupiter's Legacy. Now, the Netflix series that brought Millar's multi-generational superhero saga to life. It only lasted 1 season, but it delved deep into the complex dynamics of family, power, and legacy as the first generation of superheroes passes the torch to their children. And we're going to discuss the ambitious scope of that show, the reception that it had on Netflix, and what it means for the future of superhero stories on streaming platforms. And of course, we can't talk about Mark Millar without diving into the Kick-Ass series. We'll cover both the 2010 original and its 2013 sequel, and we'll look at how these films captured the gritty, over-the-top nature of the comics. Of course, that's a cast that include Aaron Taylor Johnson, who is no stranger to comic book movies. We got Chloe Grace Moretz, and of course, Nicolas Cage. These 2 movies offer a dark, satirical take on the superhero genre. We're going to explore the film's unique blend of humor, the violence, and whether or not it's too much, and of course, the lasting impact that both the superhero genre and these comic book adaptations have had on comic book films going forward. But listen, that's just probably our biggest change. There is a lot more that we have planned. Coming up pretty soon before the release of the sequel, Chad Smith and I are going to be joined by Bethany, who will be fresh off her first viewing of this movie. We are going to discuss Joker. Chad and I did our first impressions way back a few years ago. Now we're going to see Bethany's initial reaction. We're going to dig deep into this gritty character study of one of DC's most iconic villains, looking into how Joaquin Phoenix's performance and Todd Phillips's direction reinvented the Joker, and of course what it means to the future of comic book films, and with the sequel coming out, what we might have to look forward to. Then in October, I will be reviewing the movie Coraline with my daughter Ruby. This stop-motion animation film, which is based on a Neil Gaiman novella that has also been adapted into a comic book. It's a dark and whimsical tale that blurs the lines between reality and fantasy. We're going to explore the film's stunning visuals, the eerie atmosphere, and how it stands as one of the most beloved animated films of the past few decades, as well as being a pretty good little Halloween movie, which is why we're doing it in October. But also for Halloween, we're going to dive into the Marvel special presentation of Werewolf by Night from 2022. This black and white homage to classic horror films brings one of Marvel's most obscure characters to life. Chad Smith and Blake Fowler is going to come on with me to discuss how this special presentation blended horror and superhero elements, its place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and its potential impact on future Marvel projects, maybe even a few more special presentations. But we keep going. We, of course, going to have brackets within our one-shots. We'll continue those where we're going to determine the best Batman and Joker actors. I know Blake Fowler and I, way back when, did the best Batman, but we're going to do it a little differently this time. So we're going to look at the iconic portrayals of Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Adam West. We're going to have them go head to head, while over on the Joker bracket, we're going to compare the legendary performances of Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and of course, Joaquin Phoenix. It's going to be a tough competition, I won't lie, but I can't wait to see who will become our moving panel's best Joker and best Batman. Yeah, live action. We are only talking live action. But then as we head into the holiday season, we've got a special Christmas episode where we are going to review the What If episode of What If Happy Hogan Saved Christmas. Now, this lighthearted and festive installment of the Marvel series imagined a world where Tony Stark's trusted bodyguard stepped into the spotlight of John McClane-esque hero to save the day. And we're going to explore how this film, or how this episode, I guess I should say, fit into the broader What If series, because we know it all ends up being connected in some way. And of course, the take that it had on doing a variation of a Christmas classic, because Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Of course, once we get into the new year in 2025, Bethany and I will celebrate Valentine's Day with our 5th annual date night movie. What movie will we choose this year? I do not know, but you'll have to tune in and find out. But if you do have any suggestions, you want to throw anything our way, just hit us up on social media at Moving Panels on all the social media sites, or you can email us at movingpanels@gmail.com. Then in the month of May, we are going to continue our animation month of everything superhero animated movies. And this year we're going to do the DC movie Batman and Harley Quinn. And then on the Marvel side, we're going to look at the animated Doctor Strange film. And of course, Batman and Harley Quinn brings the classic Batman animated series style, but with a story that teams up the Dark Knight with the unpredictable Harley Quinn. Of course, the animated Doctor Strange film takes us on a mystical journey through the origins of Marvel's Sorcerer Supreme, and gives us a deeper dive into the character that we didn't really see in live action in the Doctor Strange movie. So a different take on the origin of Doctor Strange. Then once summer starts in June, as always around my birthday, we will continue our journey through the Superman cinematic universe, I guess you would say, with the, I would say, polarizing Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Of course, many often regard this as one of the weaker entries in the Superman franchise, but Tim Williams and I will take a closer look at what went wrong with this film, and we'll discuss its place within the larger Superman cinematic universe. And of course, we will end year 5 with our annual bad movie review, as Nicholas Pepin, who I know is notorious for doing bad movies with me, but he actually picked this movie. He's going to join me to discuss Vampirilla. For those of you not familiar, this is based on a cult classic comic book, and the film is notorious for its low-budget production, its campy execution. It was mentioned back when we did our worst comic book movie bracket, but we're going to dive into what makes this film so infamous and why it's actually earned a spot in the bad movie but cult favorite discussion. But there's going to be plenty of other great reviews. There's going to be some fun one-shots where we have, those nerdy little conversations. Of course, I hope you keep enjoying the fake commercials that I am creating and putting before these one-shots. And look, there's fun for you every Monday with a brand new episode of Moving Panels. So stick with us. We've got an exciting year ahead. And I felt like to end this episode, I want you to enjoy the full version of our new theme song. I will admit this theme song was created via an AI program, so the lyrics may not make 100% sense. It may not make the best sense, but it was a fun one. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was fitting for our new theme song here. But thanks for listening, everybody. And as always, for Moving Panels, I'm Laramy Wells, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Flakes of neon heroes for shadows in the night. Scream to the page how they battle and fight. Wheels are rolling, stories are lost and found. Grit and glory were comic book bound. Animated troops under layers unpeel. Colors frame the magic the script reveals. Frames of thunder, villains in disguise. Dialogue and danger that tantalize. Moving panels, tales collide. Strips and scenes where worlds divide. From brink to screen, the legends stand. Comic case with the upper hand. Moving panels, tales collide. Strips and scenes where worlds divide. From print to screen, the legends stand. Comic case with the upper hand. Captured in those frames, frozen in time. Panels pulse with every story crime. Pages inked with destiny they wage. Moving images breaking free from their cage. Adapted arts from the depths of ink. Heroes rise faster than you think. Cinematic dreams and costume might. Digital dawn against the blackest night.